Previously on Knight's Quest.
We could maybe, do, a show.
Raynor points at the first one. He's like, that one right there?
Yeah, that's the Slayer.
Yeah, man. In Goldon, we just called that the Wood Gnome.
That location, that is where the Usra built not just any dungeon, but their greatest dungeon. If any magic item were to exist
that had the essence of a spirit,
this dungeon would be that place.
Welcome back to Knight's Quest. I have a fun game for my co-host. Real quick, it'll be super quick. I promise.
Okay.
Jake, choose any character from Knight's Quest. Any character at all.
Jeff.
All right, Jeff. So Nathan, Jeff is secretly a metaphor for.
Okay, do you mean metaphor or do you mean acronym?
No, metaphor. Like Leroy is secretly a metaphor for capitalism, or Raynor is secretly a metaphor for depression.
Gotcha. Well, Jeff is obviously a metaphor for the patriarchy.
There we go. Perfect.
Of course.
Nathan, give me another character.
Murgic.
Jake, what is Murgic a metaphor for?
Music is a metaphor for the American political system.
Of course.
There we go. That's how the game works.
And now it's up to you, the audience, to tell us what all the other characters mean.
Exactly.
Do it on Facebook or something.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Knight's Quest character, and how are they secretly a bleak, depressing look at our modern problems?
This just reminds
in a
me
metaphor.
of high school English.
Yes.
Yeah, no, this was supposed to be funny. Instead it just got kind of depressing.
Well, enough of depression.
Whoops.
Welcome back to Knight's Quest, everybody.
It's canon now, bitch.
I tried.
Canon now,
I tried my
bitch.
best.
All right, so we resume in the desert after anticipation and hope has been revitalized in our party after that variety show that they had the night before, and the camaraderie amongst them all is just, oh, you know what? Everyone get +1 camaraderie.
Oh, shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't think I rewarded you guys last time, did I?
I mean,
think so.
I now have Never Gonna Give You Up as a song I can play, so I feel like I already got my reward.
Although you're right, it might get pretty bad if with Raynor's gets too much camaraderie.
Why would that get bad? What do you mean?
I mean, what is everyone's camaraderie level right now? I mean, it's right.
Everybody except Raynor, not much.
It's pretty good. Not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
All right. Well, everyone gets +1 to camaraderie still. So
Yay.
Hell yes.
Even conquest?
Camaraderie is
no, not conquest.
the chart.
Even Katrina?
No, just the people who were there,
Damn it.
which would include Abil.
Hey.
But he doesn't have a character sheet, so no stat increase for him.
Real quick, do you guys remember what Abil did in the show? Did he do anything?
No.
No, he did something.
Yes! Wait, he did!
Yeah.
Yes!
He sang the song from the village of A.
He did! I forgot about that.
And it was called A Great City.
Wow. That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut.
No, because before it was O Great City.
No,
Now
I-
it's
I-
A Great
yeah.
City.
I got it. No,
I get it. You see, audience, the joke is that the city is the city of A. You're welcome for explaining that.
Thank you. Thanks, Jamie.
I'm very tired, even though I shouldn't be.
Oh, boy.
It's not even that late.
He has desert sickness.
The desert sickness is back. Always beware the desert
I
sickness.
picked up that desert sickness. It's a very rare affliction. It's only ever hit one person in the entire desert.
Which is strange because the desert's so big and probably would get a lot of people.
You would think so. But quarantine has made it so that time doesn't exist.
That's true.
All right, so I think it's time to move back to the party. And
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten about the dice roll that we did last time. So we're going to get to that in a second. But you guys have been traveling for about 12 days so far in this little stretch of time since you left the Oasis. And I feel like I haven't been doing a good enough job describing just how difficult this journey is. Even when you're going at a leisurely pace, it is grueling, it is hot, the sand is irritating, and it can get pretty exhausting just going through this desert. But you have gotten pretty good at getting through the desert. You've found some easier ways to travel. You know how to set up your camp really quickly. Everyone's got their roles that they do whenever you set up camp each night. So you kind of know what you're doing. And you definitely are better at surviving in the desert than when you first started. But it's still not fun, and you're excited for it to be done. Jake, you're an expert in desert travel. What are some difficulties?
Legitimately, like the worst parts of like walking in the desert for long amounts of time are the areas like in your crotch where your legs are like get like super sweaty, get really raw, like the areas in your shoulders from your backpack.
Ouch.
All your joints are sore and your like upper and lower back are tired, and it's just like it's awful.
Yeah, and you probably got maybe a little bit of sunburn and the sand just irritating everywhere.
The wind carries little pebbles and shit. It's not fun.
Ow! Jesus.
Yeah, so this trip hasn't been exactly a beach vacation, happy fun time, you know?
Right.
And you're all probably thinking, you know, are we going to have to walk back when we're all said and done with this? But Rainer, you're definitely more focused on, you know, what the mission in front of you. Know, what are we going to do when we actually get to the dungeon?
Right.
Now, I did not do the event for the last session of travel when we recorded the last episode. So I'm going to do that right now. So on the 12th day of travel...
My true love gave to me. Thank you, Jamie.
Yes!
Damn it.
We were both so ready for that for some reason.
You know what? For that joke, I'm going to punish you. And so you're going to see there's a giant scorpion.
Damn it.
Oh, no.
Gotta fight a giant scorpion now.
That's my least favorite kind of scorpion.
I mean, the big ones are the least poisonous.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
The smallest scorpions have the most venom.
Even though you just talked about like your experience with traveling in deserts, I constantly forget that you actually know shit about different desert biomes in the world. I just always forget that.
Great.
So what happens?
Yes. So speaking of desert biomes, as I said last time, you've kind of been traveling through a couple different ones, the more dry area, the crackled ground, and then the more sand dunes. At this point, you are in one of these sand dune biomes. You've just kind of re-entered into that area once again. So you've been traveling through that all day. As you are traveling, up ahead, you see right on the edge of your vision that there is someone or something there.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, I mean, Jonathan's going to whip out the longoscope and take an old look-see.
All right.
excellent.
Do I need to roll something for that? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you roll awareness, but with advantage.
Do you want some Foley on that?
No. We're good.
Okay. 16.
Okay, so with a 16, you're able to see that this thing on the horizon is a person who is kind of sitting cross-legged in the sand, and the sand is moving and undulating and kind of swirling around them in different patterns. But you're also able to notice that I should have said it sooner, you're able to hear some noise coming from down there. It sounds kind of like music. It sounds like music is coming in that direction.
So Jonathan, what do you see over there?
I mean, you guys hear that too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, here's something.
Okay. So basically what we got here is a classic case of a sand wizard. So we got this guy over there. He's making some sort of noise. He's making the sand do magic-y shit. I've seen this before. Okay, I know. You know, at the Sun Festival. At the Sun Festival, I saw my fair share of sand wizards. In the gate, we saw some sand wizards.
Shit, you're right.
So I'm just going out on a limb here and saying this guy's some sort of sand warlock.
Now, hold on a minute. Are you telling me that every single person that you see that does magic in Tarif is some...
That's correct. Anyone who does magic with sand, yes.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of... I mean, most Turavians can do sand magic.
Wait, most?
Well, I guess just a lot. There's a lot of them, and there's a difference between warlocks and sand wizards. They're all different.
Okay. Well, anyway, so there's this guy.
I just want to make sure we're correct.
I gotcha. There's a guy over there who is sitting in some sand, and it's dancing around like the fourth. Nope, that reference doesn't make sense in this universe.
Can't do that. Can't say that.
There's a guy over there.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the 4th of July like a fucking idiot.
Oh.
There's a guy over there sitting in the sand, and the sand's doing some crazy shit. So,
I mean, we should probably go check it out then, right?
that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, let's go.
I mean, if the magic is happening because of the music, I am already over there and like asking about it.
Teleported.
I have found a summoning song and summoned myself to this man.
That's right. That's it.
You guys have no self-preservation, do you? None at all. You see, we're in the middle of a desert. We saw a ghost army, and you see a person, and your first instinct is to just...
But it's fun.
Go there. Leroy.
He's not even walking towards us threateningly or anything. He's just sitting there.
He's doing weird magic shit.
Eloise, I just gotta tell you that for some reason, out here in the desert, or on our travels, there are a lot less bad guys than you would think, okay? Very nice people.
I mean, I hate saying these words out loud, but I can't argue with Leroy. It is surprising how little opposition we have faced.
I mean, that one's easy. I mean, the only reason we would face opposition is for the writer's plot. And so any bad guys there is, all of the writers will. So, I mean, it all works out.
Yeah, and we ourselves do weird magic shit all the time, so we can't really use that metric to be scared of people.
I don't. Well, I do now.
You know, we got symbols.
Jonathan, you've used a pickaxe to turn back time. Like, I'd say that qualifies as weird magic shit.
Yeah, you got me there.
Which is a pretty useful tool that I feel like we've forgotten about.
I have not forgotten. I just haven't thought of a use for it yet.
Which is honestly the best for me, because I feel like that weapon was really OP. And so you forgetting is perfectly fine with me. Okay, but back to the story. So you guys approach the mysterious figure, and as you get close, you see an older man sitting cross-legged in the sand, playing a sitar. He's got a long beard that's kind of flowing in the breeze as he's wearing a desert garb, and the sand around him is rippling, kind of bouncing like water droplets in a very similar fashion to how you saw, Rainer, the Echomancers back at the gate. So it's very similar style to that, with a couple of special little maybe like star patterns, or seems like maybe a creature moving through the sand. But it's all very interesting to watch and obviously beautiful to listen to. And when you approach, he stops playing and he greets you in Turavian. What do you do?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Ah, Sharan, and good day, my new worthy friends. This must be the language you speak. What brings you to this corner of the Gatan Desert?
See? Friends. What did Leroy say?
I was right.
There we go.
Never wrong.
Leroy was right.
Good sir, we are travelers. We are traveling.
I can see that you are travelers, but where are you traveling from, and where are you traveling to?
Well, that's a bit of a complicated question. So, well, you said when you're from, do you mean where my house is, or you mean where my family is from? Or do you mean like where I consider my home, or like where I live? Because like they're all so...
No, I mean where did you leave from?
Oh.
Here, let me go first. I am the Sand Singer. I am from the city of Valena, the first blossom of the desert, and I have come out here to listen to the winds and the muses of the desert so I can record their tales, and that anyone who hears my songs can know of their stories.
Rainer is 100% like celebrity starstruck by this guy right now, and he's just like, oh man, to hear the songs of the muses, that's so awesome. I love this guy. He's just completely in on this weird meeting.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Whatever the hell you just said is like way cooler than like what we got. I'm from a mining town in Goldon, and now I'm here. So he's being okay. We can embellish that a little bit, We are traveling through the desert to find an evil warlock to bring peace so that we can rescue my sister from a corrupt king in a neighboring country.
The whole time he's like plucking strings to create chords, and the sand is like bouncing around you.
Hell yes.
When we started our journey into Reeve, we went from the gate and we talked to spirits, and we traveled across the desert, and we got to the oasis, and we talked to other spirits, and we fought an Azamite. And after traveling through the desert and finding our way into a ghost army, we're trying to get to an old dungeon somewhere where the warlock is.
He kind of stops when you mention dungeon, and then starts plucking like a different tune and says, "Which dungeon are you headed towards?"
I mean, we don't know the name, per se. We have a map.
We're told it's the biggest and scariest one. Like, we were specifically told it's the most important, most secretive, most treasures and stuff. It's like the most dungeon.
He thinks for a little bit and goes,
Yes, I think I know this dungeon you are speaking of. You are very close to it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Well, let me be clear. You are close as far as the desert goes. You are maybe 3 or 4 days away, maybe less, maybe a little more, depending upon the speed that you travel. But this is indeed the dungeon that is the most terrifying, most powerful. And while its original name is lost, it is known as Al-Baraj, the Buried Tower.
Wow.
Hey, Grog, can you give me the map real quick?
yeah, here you go.
Hold on, I shouldn't be... Who can write good? I can... just give me the map. And Eloise writes that. How do you spell that?
In your language, it would be A-L-B-A-R-A-J, Al-Baraj.
Ooh, very nice. And she writes all that down over the X on the map.
I'm still like scared of it and very worried, but also I'm learning tons of cool things about it too. So arguably, this is a win.
Yes, this dungeon is very close. I can even hear a song about it being played now on the winds. Listen, do you hear it? It is playing in the winds.
Do I hear it,
I
Nathan?
definitely hear the winds.
Do I hear it?
No, you do not hear
Damn
it.
it. I got nothing.
Rainer confidently misunderstands the question, like, yes, I hear the wind. Yes.
Ah, this means you
my
must
God,
be
yes.
a musician
Oh,
then.
yeah.
We shall have to share some songs together sometime.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is great. Absolutely, yeah.
Now, I get my inspiration from the wailing in the winds. Tell me, where do you get your inspiration?
Wow. I guess from my father, because that's where I learned most of my music. That's how I was able to start playing. Pretty much all of this is thanks to him.
Ah, how wonderful it is to learn from those who are in our family. For me, I have been forced to travel these sands and to hear the stories that have been left within this great desert. If you listen closely, you can hear the wailing in the winds, the stories of those who have traveled many years past or even of this very day. And right now, I can hear a story of Al-Baraj, the ancient Usra dungeon. And since some of you cannot hear it, maybe it would be best if I were to play it for you now.
Rainer is just now realizing he meant there's actual music he can hear, and he's just like, oh, yeah, no, I don't hear that either.
She's
I
gonna sing a
apologize.
song. Shh.
Okay, so the sand singer, he gets ready to play this song, and he stops strumming his sitar, and it is almost silent. The only thing you can hear is the wind whistling past you, blowing the sand singer's beard and Abil's scarf past. And that's all you can hear is the wind, and the sand singer listens to the wind. It's almost if he's trying to catch the tempo or the melody of the wind itself. And then he begins to pluck his sitar and play the song. And it's simple at first, but then it begins to build. And as he plays, the sand again ripples and moves around, and some of them bounces like a water droplet. And when it lands, it thuds, creating the percussive element of this song. And as he plays the rest of the song, the sand will also take shape to match the characters and the places and the action that happens during the song. There's a little bit of time where it's just the music playing, and then finally the sand singer begins to sing.
In the ancient Usra dungeon, all 100 floors below, filled with dangers and treasures and monsters, only ancient Usra know. All the fools and the wizards and warriors, to this mystic place they all go, to the ancient Usra dungeon, all 100 floors below. In the ancient Usra dungeon, what treasure is it that you seek? Is it power or magic or money? Or fame and wealth or mystique? You are not the first ones to have come here, to have fallen for the Usra peak. In the ancient Usra dungeon, what treasure is it that you seek? Oh, hundreds of years ago, the Usra controlled this land, building cities and towers and temples, by controlling the soul of the sand. All the creatures and dangers and monsters they held in the palm of their hand. In the ancient Usra dungeon, you will give to their demands. In the ancient Usra dungeon, all 100 floors below, filled with dangers and treasures and monsters, only ancient Usra know. All the fools and the wizards and warriors, to this deadly place they all go, to the ancient Usra dungeon, all 100 floors of woe.
I think Rainer is very enthralled, again, by the music and the sand and the spectacle of everything. Just, that is so cool. But also very, very afraid. He was already, but even more so a little bit now. And I think he says, it sounds like you're telling us to not go there. Like, it sounds like you're telling us that don't go there or we'll die. Right? The last chorus said deadly. I just want to make sure I have your intentions clear.
I am not telling you what to do or where you go. I am simply singing the song that I have heard of a place or a person in this desert. What you do with this song is up to you.
I want to ask a question, but I don't want to put like too much on anybody's plate. Because the first thing that came into my head, and therefore the first thing that I think would come into Jonathan's head, is asking him, what does our song sound like?
Your song?
Huh?
Yeah.
Like the song of your little group here?
Yeah.
He smiles and he listens to the wind. And he says, your song is not finished yet. There are
okay.
many instruments in your song, many rhythms, many motifs all interweaving together to create one song. I do not think I could sing it to you now.
Wow.
But it is a good song. There are many major keys throughout, but there are also a few minor keys as well. You have been on a long journey, yes. But you are not finished yet. I hope to hear the end of your song someday.
I legitimately don't know how to respond. I think Eloise pipes up. So, I mean, you said you were just kind of traveling around listening to the wind music or whatever, but where are you going?
You could ask the same question to the wind itself. Where are you going? And you will get no answer. This would be a pointless question to ask, a waste of time.
I'm sorry.
The only way to know where the wind is going is to follow the wind itself. So to know where your life is going, you must simply go and follow where it takes you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, yeah, that was, yeah.
Rainer gets choked up a little bit, like, that's so true. It's so deep.
I love how Rainer has found his, like, guru.
His sensei.
So wait,
I feel like we should probably ask him his name, or else I will start thinking of him as sensei.
I am the Sand Singer.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. He did say that in place of a name.
Is that your name? Is that your writer given name? Like when you were born, that's what your parents were like.
This is my name.
Okay.
This is what I am called. But no, I chose it.
There it is. Okay.
It's more of
That's good enough for me.
It's more of like a title that people know me as. But tell me, what is your names?
Jonathan Bismarck of the Bismarcks. Maybe you've heard of me. Probably not if you spend most of the time in the desert.
Oh, my name is Grorg, son of Heinous Slayer. And,
oh my god.
have you ever wondered if your life could be... Come on, Jonathan, help me out here.
Better. Better.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you were going to finish it. You started it.
That's fine. We're good. Do we have the religion for you?
It's true.
And it's called the Simplicity.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's all about the spirit Sim and light and colors. Yeah, that's about it.
That really is all there is to it.
Jonathan, here, you help me out here.
Okay, so you're obviously all about stories. I have personally met with the great spirit of color, the 3-in-1 Sim, and they are also very fond of sharing in stories. And so fond, in fact, that they are interested in meeting people who want to share stories. We actually just came from the Rainbow Oasis. Been traveling for about 12 days that way. But if you want to spend some time just kind of hanging out and sharing stories, that's a good place to do. It's a great experience. Go hit up Jensis and Malak. They'll hook you up.
Oh yeah, they got the best food in town. Malak will cook up something good.
Great food.
They'll cut you a deal, get you some room and board, show you how to meet Sim. It'll be great. Actually, there's some stories being developed there right now. So
yeah, maybe stay away from the keeper of the Oasis, but otherwise, yeah. But we as scions of Sim,
I like that.
have the ability to brighten your life, as it were.
Get you some pep. Get you some color in your wardrobe. You know.
It's a lot of earthy tones.
Yeah, I mean we can change up really anything that you want. But probably something special. Get some color to it. What would you want us to change the color of for you?
Well, I kind of like my wardrobe as it is, so maybe my sitar.
Please say yes. Please say yes.
What do you say, Jonathan? What do you think?
Okay, definitely. I think you should do it.
Was that him definitely agreeing to it? Was that permission?
Yeah. Okay, so Gorg takes the sitar from the Sand Singer, and he slams the cymbals together, and... Okay, Gorg rolled a 19.
Oh.
All right, so he's going to make it all
Nice.
one color, the whole sitar, and he's going to
Excellent.
make it the color gold.
Yes.
Ooh,
The golden
I
sitar.
like that.
Yes.
And there you go. A gift from Sim. Oh, that's right. Sorry, not gift. This is one of the benefits
Yeah.
of having a relationship with Sim.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
he gets a little touchy if you call him
Yes.
gifts and transactions and stuff.
Right, yes. So, what do you think of our religion?
So yeah, what does
God,
what does Sand
Sim
Singer
would
think of this?
love this guy.
Seriously.
I mean, you guys have definitely put up a very persuasive pitch with the...
Golden sitar.
Yeah.
Is that persuasive enough?
It's pretty good. He's like, so is this real gold?
Well,
Yeah, don't go. I mean, you could. Don't sell it. It's part of your craft.
yeah. It just looks gold. It's not actually gold.
My golden, genuine gold sitar made of gold.
If it was real gold, it would probably impact the sound
This is true.
quality, so it's a good thing.
Raynor's just like, of course, every musician knows this, yep.
Well, as you know, I follow the winds. But after this gift, I think the winds might be calling me towards the oasis.
Jonathan, like, very discreetly is like, yes.
That's one for the record books.
I think he leans over to Abil and is like, "You got it. I mean, you keeping the books, right? We need a book for records.
Yes, I have the books.
Not like to keep records, but records that we break, like keeping track of records that we have. Like this book will be the record book, and it will keep. So mark one down for Sim's friends.
Oh, don't worry, I will keep track of the record books.
And he just pulls out like a random piece of paper and just puts a single hash mark on it.
Yep, yeah.
Perfect.
I'm so glad that I can use my great accounting skills to count to one.
One.
Every day.
This is exactly why I traded my shadow and am forced to wander the desert, is so that I can count to
Oh my goodness.
Every day, it brings me joy taking you on.
Abil has slowly become one of my favorite characters.
I have been forced into exile. I traded my shadow for this skill so I can keep track of your stupid record books.
I'm glad.
Oh, shut up, Abil.
great.
You're having a good time. Don't lie.
Raynor is pestering the Sandsinger with questions. And I think the first, assuming he hasn't already left. Is he still? Can I still ask him questions?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
still ask some questions, yeah.
I think while all this is going on, Eloise has kind of sat down and is just kind of like playing along on her flute. Like she's not really like playing a melody or anything. She's just kind of hitting harmonies and playing notes, just kind of riffing off of whatever this guy's playing on the sitar.
Cool.
Yeah, so you play your flute, kind of join in him on the tunes, but you guys do got to get back on your journey, back on your way.
Well, Raynor's got questions.
Oh, I was kind of assuming that they were just going to be generic. You just talk to him about stuff.
I have a couple specific ones if we have time.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay. Raynor's first question that he asks the guy is, have you been to this dungeon?
I have not. I have only heard the song, only heard the stories. But as it says in the song you just heard, you will not be the first ones to go there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm afraid of. Do you believe the parts that, the parts of the song that talked about? I'm drawing a blank on the specific words, but like doom and giving to the sand's demands and things like that.
A song like this tends to grow the truth more than it really is. So they make it bigger for the effect of the song. But a song like this without any truth would not be a song worth singing again. So we must remember that the message of the song is still true, and that message is of caution.
I think at the moment, Rainer is just like slack-jawed, like, wow, that's like music in a nutshell. That's so interesting to think about. But later on, when this guy isn't with the group anymore, Rainer's going to think back to that and be like, I have no idea what the fuck he just said.
Well, it was good to speak with you and to meet you.
Oh, my name's Rainer. And he kind of thinks for a second, and then he says, I was gonna say musician, but that sounds really lame after so much dramatic pause. I'm a musician. My name's Rainer.
Well, Rainer, I hope that your song is sung for many generations, and that it will bring hope and inspiration to anyone that may hear its beautiful tale.
Wow.
Yeah, you're
Thank
like
you.
the coolest person we've met since like we left the gate. I can see that, right? Like
You already had a leg up on the competition because you didn't like try to hurt us or maul us or in any way. But even so, beyond that, yeah, definitely.
I mean, Yetsis and Malak were pretty cool. They gave us free food and stuff.
Oh yeah, they didn't try to hurt us. They were pretty cool.
Well, safe travels on your journey, and be careful, for the magic of this desert can get even the best of us.
What does that mean?
okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Abil, how do you say goodbye in Therivian?
Oh yeah.
That's a great question. Maybe he says that...
For some reason, I thought you were going to have Abil just be super sarcastic, like, you wave your arms like a chicken. This is traditional Therivian goodbye.
You know what? Nope, we gotta do that.
No, that's exactly you'll dance around like a chicken. You just flap your arms around, that's how you say goodbye.
I think Jonathan like stares at Abil like unblinking for a few seconds. I cannot get a beat on you. I don't know whether you're pulling my leg. I don't know whether you're being serious. I can't tell.
You, of course that is not it. I said you have not seen anyone do this the whole time you are here.
I don't. Maybe they were just being rude. I don't know.
You have heard people say goodbye to you before.
I don't know. I don't speak the language.
To say goodbye, all you say is Wadeen and wave your arms.
I think he turns quick as the guy's leaving and just goes, "Hey, Wadden."
No, it's Wadeen.
Wadeen.
Wadeen!
Are you saying that you have never mocked me for saying your words incorrectly?
I don't think any of us have ever done that.
I'm pretty sure we haven't. We mock you for being kind of overdramatic sometimes.
When have I ever been overdramatic?
Okay, let's go. Who's setting the pace?
Set the pace.
Pace.
Gorg sets the pace.
Ooh.
So he's gonna set a rushed pace because he's pretty
Hell yeah.
excited after what you guys
We
just did.
did a sim thing, and that's cool.
Yeah, you guys did a sim thing, and he found out that you're pretty close, so he's gonna go with a rush pace so you guys can just get to the dungeon. And we're gonna roll that dice, and that is a 16. So because it is a rushed pace, you guys can't really do much other than just run in.
We walk very
right.
fast.
Nathan, we rush.
Well, I guess you wouldn't be running. You would just be moving at a very brisk pace with no stops. So, yeah, that's all you're really doing these days.
Do we need to roll a d12?
I just did that.
I didn't hear you say roll a d12, so I just didn't know.
Well, first of all,
it was D20.
yeah, it's been a D20 all season.
Shit, I'm still thinking about Mirjik. Never mind.
Oh, I guess.
Oh,
No, wait. Murgic is also a D20. All right, never mind.
Yep.
We gotta keep moving. So you head out, and again, you're back in the sand dune biome. Once again, there's no more of that dry, cracked up stuff. just the rolling sand dunes. So again, very familiar, very used to this terrain. And I mean, after all of this traveling, again, you've gotten very, very good at getting through it. I mean, it's taken us probably just as long to upload these episodes as you actually spent traveling through them, because it takes us forever to get through fucking anything.
Nathan, why are you calling out our entire podcast like that?
It's not nice.
That's just calling as I see it. Just calling as I see it. But with Grorg's map, and you are able to figure out that you are going to get there tomorrow. So like it's going to only be like 2 days worth of travel. Hold on. Let me double check with my map here. I want to make sure that I've got the distances correct here. I don't want to be factually inaccurate over here, okay?
Yeah, on the country and planet that you made up.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I guess it doesn't matter. So, yeah. Tomorrow you are going to, based off of the map and Gorg's calculations, you are going to reach the dungeon. Probably early in the morning. So you're tense and you're nervous.
Yeah, definitely.
And Rainer, I'm sure you probably have a tough time falling asleep that night.
Yeah.
As all these things are rushing through your brain. So what are you thinking about?
Gall. It's probably finally hitting him that this could very well be the end of the traveling, at least. Like, even best case scenario, nobody gets hurt, they get Quiz back, they get Bathilda back, everything goes great. Even then, this would be the end of the journey, so to speak, that started when they left Goldon. Like, way, way back when they were going towards Coastarine, you know? And then they got there, they went on the ship, they got to Tareve, everything happened in Tareve. They've been traveling for such a long time, and it's possible this will finally be the end. And it's possible this will also finally bring a close to, I mean, I know I'm repeating myself, but Quiz and Bathilda, and basically these things that feel like they've been on his conscience for years, you know? Imagining himself not on this journey is kind of bizarre, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that does, yeah.
I mean, I think there's still some worry there as well, because everything they've heard about this dungeon is pretty intimidating, and Mirjik himself is not exactly a pushover, so he's a little freaked out as well.
Yeah, so I think, Rainer, you're laying there on the sand, staring up at the stars, trying to fall asleep. And I think after all this travel, everyone's sleep schedules have kind of gotten synced up together.
Right.
Just because, you know, you sleep when everyone else sleeps and everyone wakes up at the same time, so you can travel more efficiently. And otherwise, you're tired if you don't sleep with everyone else. So you're staring up at the stars, and you do this a lot, but you've been able to get more familiar with them, especially ever since Grorg pointed out some of the constellations to you.
Yeah.
So, of course, you see the Tooth and the letter D, and there's the one that you used to call the Gnome. And then you see 2 stars that you haven't seen before. You don't know if they were just always covered up by clouds, or you just never counted them, but you don't recognize them. And then you look back and they have moved. These 2 stars are in a different spot in the sky. And the group of stars behind them have also kind of followed as well. They've almost like kind of scooted, and then you see it again. They kind of skitter across the sky. They kind of slide or shift to a new spot. It's almost like the stars are kind of like crawl over to a new place.
Is it a thing where like it happened in a split second and I'm not noticing anything else, or is it happening a couple times, or like what's?
It's happened a couple times. So you'll see the stars kind of skitter across, and then the 2 bright stars that kind of be at the front of this group kind of move around, and then it skitters and it crawls to a new spot somewhere else in the sky.
Okay, so it's definitely not his eyes playing tricks on him or something.
Right. And it's not the whole sky that's doing this. It just seems to be like one constellation that seems to be crawling across the night sky.
Jonathan?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, do you see do you see something weird if you... And he just kind of points, and he trails off like, that.
You have got to be more specific, my friend. That is the sky. I mean, I can have Grog do the constellations again. He's good at that.
Wait, better idea. Can I borrow the scope of thing?
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
Thank you. Rainer looks through the hoopascope. Can I tell anything more now?
I want to say something right now. I do hope that Rainer doesn't think that by looking through a telescope he will be able to see stars better, because
Rainer's looking through the telescope because he suspects that they aren't stars.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Okay.
I mean, people use telescopes to look at stars.
It's got to be a much, much bigger telescope.
Well,
yeah, we described ours as like a pirate spyglass.
that's true. It is a smaller telescope. Yeah, I think it takes you a couple of seconds to find the spot in the sky that you're looking for. Roll an awareness for me.
Excellent.
And then don't forget to roll with advantage, too.
What's that?
The longer scope gives you advantage on awareness.
Does it really?
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Oh, that's fantastic. Because I rolled a 3.
Oh.
Okay, that's better. 15.
Okay. So with 15, you're looking at it, and the first thing you realize is that the focus you originally had to be looking at the stars is too far away to see this thing. So you have to pull in the focus. It's a lot closer than you originally thought it was.
Okay.
And then you see it skitter, and so you have to trace it along. And Jonathan, you see the stars kind of skitter and crawl across the sky as well.
Oh.
Okay.
Could that be maybe what you are referring to?
Yeah, that'd be it. Can I roll nature or something to see if I have any clue what would do that?
That's a D&D stat.
I was going to say, I don't think that's a stat you own, child.
Yeah, we don't have that.
I've been listening to a lot of the Adventure Zone. I didn't mean nature. I meant...
Well, we have our own stat that we call Rashnash.
Naxamacadation.
That's it.
Macadamia nuts.
That's the one.
Perfect.
Can I... Are you giving me... Are you saying yes?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll rationalization.
Damn it. I got it. Yeah, I got it. 8.
Jonathan's going to roll Rackadak.
Yeah, go for it. The de-evolution of this word.
Razzmatazz.
That's a 14.
So with that 14, you're able to kind of notice that this thing that's moving, again, has 2 primary stars that are a little bit brighter than the rest of them that kind of lead near the front of this group. And the rest of the stars behind it will kind of slide and shift with it. But then when it gets to its new spot, they will fade and adjust to the stars that were previously there. Almost kind of like it's trying to blend in and camouflage with the stars that are there.
I think Jonathan turns to like Grog and Abiel and goes, "Hey, you guys know any?
They're asleep.
Hey, wake up!
Were you asleep?
It's nighttime. Real quick, you guys know about any invisible flying animals that can like make themselves look like the sky?"
I don't know about any flying sky creatures, but I do know some invisible animals.
You know about invisible animals?
Well, just the one, the heinous beast can turn invisible. That's why it's so difficult to hunt.
Oh, damn, okay. That's new.
But no, it can't fly, so it doesn't live out here in the desert. Abiel!
What? Why am I awake right now?
Do you know of any, night sky creatures?
I am not an animal biologist, man. I am a accountant.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
We're asking you because you've spent a lot of time in the desert. Like, I thought that was obvious.
Are you asking me this just because you are having late night talk, or is there a creature around?
I mean, maybe. And he like points up to the area that the thing is happening.
Abiel kind of follows your finger up into the sky and kind of squints, rubs his eyes, still trying to wake up. And then the stars move, and he goes,
"Oh, actually, I don't know what that is. My bad, I don't know that. In your language, that would be called a star crawler."
I don't know what I was expecting.
Well, I am trying to say it in your language so it can make sense for your brains. Yes.
I genuinely want to hear what it's called in Therivian. Nathan.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
The Therivian name for it is Najaz.
Ooh, cool.
So that is what it is traditionally called, Najaz.
Where is it? Is it just like a short distance above us, but it just looks like the stars are moving? But like...
No, it is very close. In fact, you could reach out your hand and touch it if you want.
Rainer very hesitantly reaches toward where he saw the things moving.
So you're gonna like extend your hand up into the sky, pretty much.
He does that.
All right, roll camaraderie.
Oh my god! Seriously?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm optimistic. Are we about to get another fucking pet?
Maybe.
Maybe not. I only rolled the 10.
Yeah, the little star crawler doesn't seem interested in you. So Bill's like,
no, let me show you how to do it right.
Okay.
and so he sticks out his right hand, just kind of in the direction of the stars, and he starts calling toward. He's like,
come here. Come here, little Najaz. Come on, Najaz. Come here, Najaz.
And the stars kind of scamper over towards him and crawl onto his arm. And the creature is about the size of his arm, so about a couple feet long.
Okay.
And it's about the same shape and form as like a salamander or a gecko, with the two bright stars being its eyes.
Whoa.
And the rest of its body is the same color as the night sky, with the stars kind of sprinkled around. And in fact, it kind of looks almost like the sky has crawled onto his arm.
What the shit?
It's just in the shape
Okay.
and the form of a large gecko.
Dude, I think Jonathan like shakes Eloise. Eloise slaps Jonathan's hands away and goes back to sleeping.
Does it have wings? I think I'm asking this out of character because I'm...
No, there are no wings that you can see.
How is it... Okay, then Rainer, in character, how is it flying?
It is not flying. It is crawling amongst the stars.
And as he's talking about this, the Najaz, the star crawler, is just kind of moving around his shoulders and his arms, just kind of like nuzzling its head against his neck like a cat.
Real quick, how far away do you think stars are?
I know that the stars are not like right there in front of us. They are up in the heavens. I'm just saying... Look, I don't know how it works. I'm not an animal man. Okay? I just know the star crawler crawls across the sky, and it can then crawl down onto the ground or onto your arm, and it does not need to fly. That's all it does.
I cannot wrap my head around this.
Do you want to hold it? Does anyone? It is getting quite annoying on my shoulders.
Jonathan definitely extends his hand.
Okay, perfect. Roll camaraderie.
Yeah.
So, before that, just to be entirely clear, Abil is standing there with a giant lizard, like, cooing and friendly, like, crawling around his shoulders, and he's very seriously saying, I am not an animal man.
Jonathan rolled an 18.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be all over you. Yeah, it loves that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you put your arm next to Beals, and it just kind of scampers all the way over onto your shoulders.
Hey, look at that.
It's got a very cool feeling.
Tight. It's very dope.
But you don't feel like any pressure when it climbs on you. It's almost like a soft breeze, but concentrated where its foot is touching you.
Weird.
Yeah, so it's very, very light.
I love this so much. This is so interesting. But you see where I'm having confusion here, right? Like, what is it holding on to? Like, where
Me
in
at this
the...
point.
I can't
Hold
make
on.
this make sense in my head.
Let's find out. And Jonathan extends the arm that it's on upwards towards the sky.
I think it kind of looks up at the sky and kind of scampers to the end of your arm, and then it looks back to you and back at the sky, and it looks back to you, and it just kind of like leans its head as if it's like, are you sure? Like,
I mean, hey, it's your life. Do what you want.
Oh my god!
I figured you wouldn't stay here forever, so.
His little stars kind of twinkle and blink at you. But I think it then, the Starcrawler, the Najaz, scampers down your leg, kind of looks back at you one more time, and then it kind of scampers back off into the desert towards the sand for a little while. And then you see the Najaz kind of reach the horizon, but instead of continuing over the desert, it almost as if the horizon itself was just one backdrop, it just kind of crawls from the ground into the sky as if it just was one transition piece.
Fuck yeah.
So now it scampers in through the sky.
So this fucking Schrodinger's gecko that we are observing, like, quantum leaps based on our perspective of the horizon.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I'm so fucking about this animal.
I'm trying to be, but it's also breaking my brain. Like, I'm trying to complete the image in my head, but I'm so lost.
Don't try too hard, Raina. Just enjoy this. Just enjoy the moment. It's magic.
That's true. It is magical. And we could still be dreaming.
That's
too.
right. This could all be a dream. Who knows?
No, this is not a dream. I have seen the Najaz before. But it is magic. For you see, the Najaz feeds off of the magic of the desert itself, off of the sand. You will not find them anywhere else in the world.
Well, that was cool. It's probably going to take me a while to go to bed, but I'm going to try anyway.
Okay, I guess me too. Yeah.
Okay, good night. Thanks for waking me up in the middle of my good dream so I could help you find
we absolutely needed you on that one. We were very afraid.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for all of your information. Also, I have found that if you try and remember and envision where you were in the dream as you were falling asleep, I find that I can usually pick up back where I left off.
Really? Huh.
Okay, I will try this.
So Bill lays down and he starts whispering to himself.
He's like, okay, I have my shadow and people love me and I am very popular in the village of A and I'm surrounded by piles of money and I am a successful accountant and everyone likes me.
Piles of money everywhere, but not my money, other people's money for me to count.
Yes.
And I'm not stuck in the desert and I have nice shoes and my hair is very
So
clean.
Good. So good.
I shall have a good dream now.
You all awaken the next morning out of habit, out of routine, start packing up your camp like you've done all these days before, and you begin to start, getting ready to leave, and it all slowly starts to hit everyone at different times that this is it. This is the last day that you'll be traveling until you get to the dungeon.
This is it.
And there is again some excitement, some nervousness, and some fear because you don't know what you're going to find, but you're going to get there. But you might also find your friend Quiz, too.
Yeah.
So you all finally head off, cresting over the sand dunes, just trudging along as you usually do. But after about an hour of travel, you are able to see a tower off in the distance, kind of sticking up above the sand.
Ooh.
And as you get closer, you're able to note that this tower itself is very worn by the winds. There might have been something engraved or painted on it, but the sand that has blown past it has almost made the walls smooth because of the sand blowing past. And the top of this tower has crumbled, and it used to be much taller, but it's missing the top. And it's a very skinny tower. It's not one you could climb up. It's like a minaret.
Minaret.
Yeah, it's like a minaret. And at the base of this tower is a building, half buried in the sand. In fact, you wouldn't have even been able to notice it until you get closer. It almost looked just like another sand dune. But again, as you approach it, you're able to see that about a part of it is sticking out, so you can see its square-like corners and walls, as the other half is almost completely submerged in the sand, as the dunes have almost like crashed over it like a wave, burying or drowning half of this base in the sand. So, finally, after days and days of travel, you have arrived at the ancient Usra dungeon, Al-Baraj, the buried tower.
Wow.
I think Jonathan's like, so, now what?
I think we go inside.
Just to be totally clear, did you say there's another smaller building at the base of the big building?
So there's a skinny tower,
Yeah.
the minaret, and at the base of that is the building. So you can't really climb in the tower itself.
It's like a decorative structure.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So it's really just one building with the tower, the minaret sticking above it, and then the base buried in the sand.
Oh, okay. Okay, I gotcha. Yep.
So I guess we just go in, right?
Is this the kind of thing where you just walk in through the front door?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not opposed to that. I'm saying maybe it is, you know?
does anyone else see any other way or know of any other way of getting in this thing besides the front fucking door?
Rainer kind of side-eyes Abil.
I am not. I have never even
Hold on,
been.
Abil, let me do this one for you. Just because Abil is in the desert doesn't mean he is an expert on everything in the desert.
This is what I have been saying
he's-
whole time.
I'm not
I
saying
am not,
that.
I have walked through the desert, but I have not been in a dungeon. They are a very
Well, not yet.
But I have traded my shadow for accounting, so I can know things about numbers. I am not archaeologist or...
All I meant was, I already know that me and the rest of the group don't know about secret dungeon entrances. I thought the only person who even had a small chance of knowing that was the guy who knows the desert better than we do. That's all I meant. I apologize if that was offensive.
It was very
Didn't mean it to be.
offensive. You have hurt my feelings. I thought we were friends.
Oh my god.
And now
That's not what I meant either, but now I feel like it was, and I'm sorry.
not all Tarivians know about dungeons, okay?
Let's just go.
Yeah, I think Eloise looks up at this tall, imposing structure and follows it down. Is there an obvious door or hole or entrance?
No, there is not.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's like I said, the base is kind of surrounded with sand. So if there was an entrance, it might be hidden or even buried under the sand. So you're gonna have to kind of look around to actually find it.
Okay. Eloise is gonna get into a semi-fighting stance. Just kind of get a little ready, and she's gonna walk over to the building and see if she can figure something out.
Okay, what is she doing when she gets there?
I think she's walking around, getting closer and walking around and seeing if she can see anything different about the walls that are exposed.
Okay, roll ratiocination.
Nice.
Let me get you that doopaloopa roll. Oh, that is a nat 20, my guy.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. Okay.
So you're gonna find it, I suppose.
I guess.
So, Eloise, after walking around a little bit, you were able to see right at the top of one of these little sand dunes against the wall, just a little crack in the wall. And so as you push this sand aside, you're able to reveal more of the doorway that had been buried in the sand. And so now it is clear that this is the entrance into the dungeon.
Hey guys, give me a hand, or 5.
Yeah, I've got a couple hands. So I think Grorg comes over to help, and Leroy. And of course, Chubb the dog helps to clear away some of the sand. And I think probably Trouble, because they're fumbles are burrowing creatures. And so within 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you guys are able to start clearing the sand away.
That's
and
awesome.
now there is a big enough entrance that you can get inside.
Okay. So we're able to get to it?
Yes.
Well, good. Did you already describe the inside chamber and I totally missed it?
No, we haven't.
Oh, okay.
No one's gone inside yet.
I'm gonna go in.
All right.
I think definitely, at least, like, that I can think of, I feel like everybody is hanging back. But I feel like it makes sense that Rainer makes the first move.
Right.
Shoot, I'm really sorry, guys. Is this, like, an actual entrance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I misunderstood again, because I'm terrible at visualizing things today. I thought it was like a little alcove or something leading further in, but it wasn't the door yet.
No, it is.
But it is a door?
Yeah. You have brushed the sand aside.
Yep.
And revealed the door.
Okay, I am so sorry.
So Rainer's going in there still?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he would hang back to say anything, or I think he would just go in.
Okay. So you scoot and slide your way in through your makeshift hole and kind of slide down the sand into the base of this room. The room itself is very dark. The only light that is coming in is from the little opening that you just dug out. And the room itself is almost completely filled with sand. In every nook and every corner, it seems to have just piled up over years and years and years. In the few places that you can see the wall, it is made out of this very familiar sandstone that you've been seeing and has been worn smooth over years and years of the sand brushing past it. So if anything was written on there again, you just can't see it. So as you're looking around the room and kind of getting a lay of the land with the little light you have, the sand seems to be funneling down towards a base point. And about 20 yards in front of you, the sand has stopped, and it reveals some stairs that lead deeper into the next floor of the dungeon.
There it is.
Hey, Abil. So, thinking about counting higher than 1, I'm thinking maybe we need some sort of... okay, so the guy in the song said that there was 100 floors in this dungeon. I'm thinking maybe we need some way of keeping track of where we've been and how far we have left to go. So maybe we could put that one in the record book. Or do you have some way of like marking off like on the wall of like a place that, I suppose it's just down. We don't really need to, we just keep going. Never, you know what? Never mind. It was dumb. Never mind.
No, I think cataloging the different floors might really come in handy. It might be good to know exactly where we are, at least.
I will use my knowledge of counting past 1 to record all of the floors and anything that we might encounter to make a map for the way back.
Okay, perfect. That's great.
Not that you guys can't do any counting yourself. I'll just do it for you.
Okay, that's fine.
I hope we don't need it, but I don't know. I feel like we might need it.
Yeah, who knows what we're going to find down there? Could be anything.
Yeah. Also true.
So, is everyone else still outside the dungeon, or have they come inside yet?
No, everyone's come in.
So, how are we going to have light on the lower floors?
Boy, that's a good question.
Well, would you look at this? Well, would you look at what I've got in my inventory?
What is it, Leroy?
So I don't quite remember how I acquired this, but I've got a mining helmet in my bag.
You kept your mining helmet? Leroy, that was such a long time ago.
Again, I don't remember how long ago it was, but I got all kinds of stuff in here. I've got some pastries, although those are definitely bad.
Okay, you guys were both getting on my case for having the cabbages for too long, but you've had the pastries with you for like 4 years?
4 years? What? How long do you think this show has been going on?
No, I went out of context.
It's not even been 1 year yet.
I went out of character when I said that. I should have clarified.
Well, I think it's been just a couple months, really.
I think Jonathan's like, yeah, I don't even have that helmet anymore.
Well, I guess we can use this for light.
I still have this magic nightlight. That's a thing I have.
Oh yeah, the nightlight.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's dope.
It glows.
That's perfect. That works great.
Jamie, do you remember what the nightlight was in the shape of?
I think we just said it was like a pretty basic round shape, like a little sphere oval type thing.
Okay.
I think we made it something specific.
I'm pretty sure we did too.
Yeah.
But we'd have to go like all the way back to season 1 to figure out what that is.
I can find that. It wouldn't be too hard.
Better find it by next recording.
That's what I'm saying.
It's going to be a difficult task for you.
Hell yeah.
The audience might beat you to it, though. I mean, they're very resourceful, and they're gonna comb through all these episodes. So now it's really a race of who's gonna get it first, you or them.
Yeah, but they also won't hear this question we're discussing for another month and a half.
Well, then you got a head start then. You better get to it.
Yep.
All right, let's get started. So just so you guys know, as we delve into this dungeon, just for everyone's sanity, I'm not going to be describing every detail of every floor.
Great.
All right, sounds
just
good.
because there's a lot of floors, and we want to make sure this plot keeps moving. So I'm just going to generalize the floors as we go along. However, if Jake, Jamie, if you guys hear something I described and you want to explore more in detail, just let me know and we can delve into that part. But we're just going to keep things moving.
Makes sense.
For the most part.
Okay.
So the 6 of you and your pets descend into the dungeon. And as you begin to explore, you note that these first few floors are very barren. The only thing that they're really filled up with is a lot of dust or sand. The walls have been worn smooth by this sand. But after the second floor, as you move into the third one, you notice the walls are more actually worn out by maybe people scratching and trying to remove whatever designs were on these walls. And the sand does decrease as you go down the floors, but there's still a lot of dust and sand everywhere. You also encounter quite a few skeletons as you get through. Some skeletons are clearly just people who got stuck down here, weren't able to find their way out, and as they kind of died in the corner. A lot of them seem to be stuck on traps. There's, people with crushed bones that have been slammed between stones. There's skulls on the end of spikes that are sticking out of the walls. So just a lot of different skeletons of people who have died in this dungeon.
Great.
The air is very stale and dry. Again, it's been stuck down here for a long time. Again, just over these first few floors as you move down them, it's very clear that they have been swept clean by previous explorers. There's just nothing that you can find of value. There's open chests, there's pedestals that clearly used to have something on them that have been taken,
Great.
And in their place is just a lot of dead adventurers who weren't able to make it out of this alive. The dungeon itself is not very linear either as you move through these hallways. There's a lot of winding passages, and there's rooms with puzzles, which thankfully have already been solved by previous people. But you could very easily get lost down here if it wasn't for the fact that Abil was creating a map as you continue to explore. And at the end of each floor, you do find a set of stairs that lead down to the next floor below. And again, all along the way, you just are finding dust and skeletons and people wearing rusted armor and their long, forgotten gear is just kind of turning into dust in the dungeon itself. But you are able to keep moving forward thanks to the progress of previous adventurers. So you keep moving down. Does anyone have any thoughts at this time?
I think Eloise is like, call me crazy, but I guess I was expecting more opposition? I don't know, I guess I was expecting this to be more difficult. Not that I want it to be, I guess I was, I don't know, this is oddly straightforward.
I keep worrying that the other shoe is about to drop, and there's a lot of dead bodies out here. Just like I was prepared for some dead bodies, but there's already been quite a few.
But we haven't experienced any traps. Like there's all these dead bodies around, but there's no peril,
Well, I think that's cause, and Gorg says this as he's crawling underneath a blade that has pinned a rotting carcass to the wall. I think that's cause all of the traps have already been set off, so I'm sorry if that disappoints you.
Well, I know, I didn't mean disappointed. That's not what I meant.
No, I think I gotcha. So, is the implication then that if we keep going further and further, eventually, and he kind of gulps nervously, we'll get to the traps that haven't gone off yet?
Well, I don't know. That's not what I was saying, but now you put that in my head. I was just saying I think it's weird that We haven't had to watch out for traps. There haven't been... And I think Jonathan pipes up and he goes, yeah, well, I mean, Quiz was here before us, right?
Huh.
Yeah, well, I guess, I don't know, what parts of the dungeon Quiz has been in.
Yeah, but I mean, like he's been in the dungeon, a lot longer than we have. He's probably set off a lot more traps, or at least gone through and explored a lot of this dungeon before us, so...
That's a good point, yeah.
I mean, that's probably why we're not seeing so much of the traps, at least this far.
Yeah, it's almost like as if there's been nothing to halt or stop our progress at all.
And then there's something that halts your progress.
Yes.
I was waiting for that.
So at the end of the hallway that you're on, and you're on the fourth floor now, at the end of this hallway, you see a shimmering, phantasmal, almost ghostly, semi-transparent bluish wall that's kind of emanating some blue light. And so that's in between you and the rest of the hallway. And on the center of this wall is a box made out of the same kind of blue flowing ghostliness, just kind of sticking out of the wall. And then in the center of this box is a little slit, a little hole that's about 2 inches long, maybe an inch wide, in front of you.
It's kind of in the wall?
Yeah, so there's the wall, and then there's the box kind of sticking out of it, and then on the front edge of this box is that little slot.
Uh-huh.
Eloise just stops and goes, oh, damn it!
Okay. I mean, I don't want to run up and touch it right away. Can I throw a rock or something at the wall and just see what happens?
Sure.
Okay, I do that.
The rock bounces off of the wall, and the wall kind of shimmers and ripples out, but it's still there.
But we can see through it, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh. Whatever key fits this keyhole. I mean, I assume we don't see anything else in our half of the room.
Nah, this space is pretty devoid of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill, is there anything that we've walked past that could be the key to this thing?
Again, not a dungeon expert, but the only thing that we've really seen was a guy's hand and his fingers, but I don't think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think that's a key.
No, I hope that's not a key.
Well, Grog, do you want to go back and grab the finger?
I could go and grab the finger, yeah.
Guys, why would a finger be the key? That doesn't...
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. Hold on. And Jonathan runs up and examines the box a little more closely.
All right, give me that rustling-lation.
Ooh, I'll give you some ratata.
Ratatata.
That is a 15.
Okay, so you kind of get a better look at this wall, and you can see that the material that this whole thing is made out of doesn't look like it should be solid, but it does hold up to force and pressure. You can't walk through it, you can't move through it, so it's definitely in the way. The box itself is about a foot in each dimension, and it's sticking out from the wall. And again, there's a slit on the front face of this box, which is very narrow, about 2 inches long, barely half an inch wide. And with a 15, you can kind of ascertain that in order to get through this, you would probably need to put something into the slot on that box.
Okay.
Okay, so you know the design of my shield?
Mm-hmm.
How it's kind of got like pointy bits at the end?
Yep.
Could I use that to touch inside the keyhole and just see if anything crazy happens?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can do that. Yeah, you stick your shield in there and you wiggle it around, and the box does resist. It's not like you can slide through it completely.
Right.
But you wiggle it around and nothing happens.
Okay. At least we know if we put the wrong thing, it's not going to kill us or anything.
Oh, geez. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, great. Now I gotta worry about being killed by a box.
Well, no, we know it won't. And Raynor is now realizing that he did that test, and if it had gone wrongly, he would have been...
Just fuck it. Just go.
Yeah, and he's just
Just
like, oh,
went for
okay.
it.
Oh, well.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I got fucking nothing. I don't have a key, and it kind of seems like we need a key for this box.
Well, it has definitely been a long day of traveling through this dungeon, so maybe it would be best if we just kind of stopped here for now, got some rest, tried to get some sleep, and stayed until we got a better idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Sure, I suppose. We got nothing else to do.
And it is here that we shall be trapped next to this blue wall, and we shall perish in this deep dungeon. How will we sleep in this maddening place? There is no hope here.
I mean, I was gonna have problems sleeping anyway, but
yeah.
Okay, so do you guys set up camp right here then?
yes,
I guess.
Okay. So you set up camp and you kind of make yourself some food, and you realize that while you did pack enough supplies to get to the dungeon, you don't know how long your rations are going to last down here.
Oh.
Love that. That's what you want to hear.
Eloise definitely starts like rationing out her food into like smaller increments.
Yeah, so you're very low on food, and while you do have some food and water left, there is. Yeah, you're on the last bits of it for sure.
Dang, we must only have like 2 or 3 water by now.
At max. So you all go to bed on that nice stone hard ground, which is very different from the sleeping on the sand that you've been doing in the past.
Of course.
So I think it's probably very difficult for people to fall asleep at this time. Actually, I want to see who is being the lightest sleeper right now. Who do you think?
We could roll.
We could.
Yeah. Let's roll for it. Everyone roll.
What should we roll?
Just roll a d20. I don't want to make a sleep stat.
If you say so.
All right. So what did everybody get?
Oh God. Okay. Well, Jonathan rolled a nat 20 and Eloise rolled a nat 1.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
Eloise is wide awake.
She ain't getting any sleep tonight.
Jonathan was like, "Hey, so we're taking a break, right? We're done for the day. We're gonna go to sleep. All right."
That seems pretty standard to his character. So, Eloise, you are tossing and you're turning. Not only is the ground not comfortable, but you were just thinking about everything that's coming up, the food and the water situation. You're aware that there's going to eventually be traps that have yet to be unactivated and other mysteries. So you are going to be the first one to hear the footsteps coming towards you from the direction that you just came from down the hall.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's what you want to hear. That's great.
Eloise like very quickly starts like shaking everybody. It's just like whoever's closest, like, guys, wake up. There's somebody coming.
Everyone wakes up. Well, except for Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan's out.
Yeah, he's sleeping still.
In this case, this nat 20 is a bad thing.
But everyone else is up. Thoughts, Rainer, as the footsteps are getting closer.
Damn, I guess, get ready. I have my shield.
Get ready
to go.
Ready to see a person.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Get into your greeting stance.
I don't think I should go back down the hall. I think that's a worse idea, so I guess I'll just try to wake up the others?
Well, they're already...
Yeah.
Well, maybe Eloise wakes up you first, Rainer, and then you get others. What's Eloise doing now?
She's in her fighting stance. Absolutely.
Of course. All right, so a little more comfortable with it, but again, not quite ready to actually fight.
Mm-hmm.
So you, Rainer, Eloise, Gorgabil, and Leroy are all standing a little groggy, but you're awake, and you all turn to look down the hallway towards where this noise is coming, and you hold up your nightlight, and Leroy shines his mining helmet down there, and the light glints and reflects off of something streaking through the hair of this individual, who seems to be a bit shorter than your average party's height.
Shit.
And as they approach, you see a big smile spread across their face.
What the fuck?
And they step out of the shadows and say, "Well, hello, my fellow travelers. I see that you found my secret treasures." Hey, Questies, it's me, Nathan. Thank you so much for listening to episode 30 of season 2. And if you are living in the United States, I hope you're having a very happy Independence Day. And if you're living somewhere else, I hope you have a great weekend. I just hope it's very nice. You're staying cool. You're not too hot. And, of course, staying healthy. Thank you so much for all of your support and love. I have a very nice announcement for you all, is that album 4 should be coming out sometime very soon. I don't have a specific date, so I don't want to say it, because otherwise I'd be a liar. But my guess would be within the next week. So if you want to know exactly when the 4th album drops, just follow us on social media, Instagram and Facebook, where you will be announced the second it is available. Also, this weekend, I plan on uploading a picture of a Najaz, of a star crawler that I made. I don't know, I was bored. I wanted to make one, so I wanted to let you know what I thought it looked like. But again, if you want to draw your own version or design your own version of what you think it looks like, I'd love to see it. I'm really proud of this creature. I think it's fun. So I want to hear your thoughts as well. But again, circling back to the music thing, if you're interested in that, Jamie's got 3 albums up on Bandcamp. You should check those out. They're only $1 each, and I'm fairly certain album 4 will also only be $1. So great deal, good steal for some good music. And of course, we like music here at Knight's Quest. Some other ways that you can show support of the show is by visiting our website, nathanstreck.wixsite.com/knightsquest, where all the music is available, where our stickers are available. You can buy a sticker of the Honest as Ajax coin, which now has a function within the story. Did the merch come first or the plot come first? I'm not sure. It's a chicken and egg situation, really is how it is. But you can go show some support for the show by buying the merch. Or by leaving kind reviews or telling your friends about the show. We're still a fairly small audience, so the more people who can find out, the better. And if you're wondering what all that squeaking noise is, it is because I have decided to retreat to the basement of our house because it's so freaking hot in my room, and the floorboards are very loud. So I thought I'd explain that away instead of getting a bunch of weird comments about how squeaky the audio is. So... but yeah, the next episode will be up in 2 weeks, which will be July 17th is when you'll get episode 31. And there's not going to be a ton of episodes left. We might be wrapping this up before the end of the summer. That's my guess. That's my hunch. We're in the end game now, so things are about to get very spicy, as Mirjik would say. But otherwise, we love you guys. You're amazing fans. And this floor is freaking annoying. But yeah, thanks for your memes. Keep spreading the word. Keep supporting us. That means a lot to us. It really does. And yeah, may your place in his story be long.
Okay.
Nathan, of all of the people that I was expecting you to come meet us in the dungeon, Honest fucking as Ajax was not on my list at all.
Thank you very much.
I thought it was gonna... I swear I thought you were building up to having Quiz be there, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense, it's way too early. And then at the very last second I was like, nah, that doesn't make sense.
I did a little bit too.
Because he would have to turn it over to Jake to actually talk. And right as I was thinking that, you started the Azajax voice.
I was a little worried that you were like throwing Quiz at us already, and I was like, wait a minute, what is happening?
Yeah, right? Damn.
No Quiz yet. Although I do see how you could see that.
That's so good. It's really good.